Okay, what I'd like to do is go through number 6 on the quiz review and walk through how I would solve a problem like that. So they're telling us that if you sell the bowls at $4 per bowl, you know exactly how many you're going to sell, which is 120. But if you decrease the price by 50 cents, for every 50 cents you decrease the $4, your sales increase by 20. So the equation that we're looking at is really just revenue, which I'll write here. So the revenue that you earn is equal to the number of bowls sold times the profit per bowl. Alright, so if we know how many bowls we're selling and how much profit we're making per bowl, we can get our revenue. And right now all we know is $4 and 120 bowls. If we let X equal the number of 50 cent decreases that we have, or that we apply to our price, we can then determine an equation that says, well, for every X number of 50 cent decreases, we can find out how many bowls we're going to sell. So if we go back to the revenue equation, I'll write this one in red. Our new revenue equation, the number of bowls sold with respect to X is going to be, well, we know we're going to start with 120, but for every X decrease, we're actually going to make, or we're actually going to sell 20 more. So that's represented as 20X. So if we go one 50 cent increase, we're going to go 20 more bowls sold. If we go 2 X's, we're going to sell 40 more. Right, and so on and so forth. So we're going to multiply that by the profit per bowl. Well, our profit was $4, but we're applying 50 cent decreases. So we're going to subtract 50 cents for every X, or every 50 cent decrease that we apply. So we still have the number of bowls sold times the profit per bowl, but it's now in terms of X's. So then all you're going to do is graph this equation here, and let's see if I can't pull that up on the calculator. Alright, so we said 120 plus 20x. We're going to close that. Multiplied by $4 minus 50 cent increases. And I'm just going to zoom that to the standard viewing window for now. Now you can see our graph is well outside of our window, so we know it's an upside down parabola. Our window, our X window is fine, -10 to 10. Our Y minimum, well, our Y is our profit, so we don't want that to be anything less than 0. Our Y maximum, you can start with like $100 increments, but what I know is if you change it to 500 in this case, it is a trial and error for the most part. But since I already know the answer, I'm just going to go right to my window of 500. So this is our graph of what we know our price to revenue to be. So if we find our second calc maximum, our left bound, we know our profit's going to be greater than 0, so our left bound's 0. and our right bound, I'm just going to say 5, just because I know it's somewhere left of that. Okay, so our maximum, 1 at $490. What that's telling me is, right here, y is 490. Our y was our profit. I'm sorry, our revenue. So we're going to make $490 at x equals 1. Now the catch here is that, nope, sorry, that's the wrong one. We know that we are looking at x equaling 1. Now we have to interpret that. And what x equals 1 means is x is our number of 50-cent decreases. So the question of what price should be charged, well, we should charge $4 minus 50 cents, or $3.50. Okay, so we've answered that part. Now, in order to maximize revenue, it says what is the maximum profit? Well, that was our y equals max profit, which is $490. So that is how you would solve a problem where you're given a revenue equation, and then you're either going to increase your sales or decrease your sales by a certain dollar amount.